Hi there, today we're unboxing a gaming mouse. So this particular one is by Razer and it's the Razer Viper. Details are in the description below for anyone thinking of purchasing. So let's take a quick look around the packages. Comes nicely packaged with a picture of the mouse. Details here, advanced optical sensor, 5G, true 16,000 DPI. Coming down here lower, Razer Viper ambidextrous wired gaming mouse, Razer optical mouse switches, 69 grams, a lightweight design, Razer Superflex cable, and just over here powered by Razer Chroma. Coming around here, this is esports, this is Team Razer. Coming around here, absolute control, optical actuation, 8 programmable buttons, Razer optical mouse switches, 69 grams, lightweight design, onboard DPI storage, Razer 5G optical sensor, and Razer SpeedFlex cable. And this is esports, this is Team Razer. So let's open it up and see what we get in the packaging. Okay, so I've laid out all the items you get in the packages. Let me quickly go through them one by one. So you get a manual here and some details regarding the mouse and system requirements. And flicking through the pages, you'll notice it's multi-language. Next, you've got a sheet here saying unleash your true potential, and some details here regarding the mouse, and a signature here from Min Lang Tang, co-founder, CEO and creative director at Razer. Next, you've got some stickers, Razer, powered by Razer Chroma, for the gamers, by gamers, and a Razer logo there. Next, let's take a look at the mouse. So very light in weight, as I've said, so 69 grams to this. Cable wise, super flex, so very flexible. And in one respect, I didn't really like it because it can gather, you know, it's not tight like braided cables. If I can show, there is movement in there. So obviously that's what gives the ability to make it very flexible. And if I take this tab off, that comes off and the cable's nice and loose. Lengthwise, you've got 2 meters on here. You've got a cover on the USB connector there and standard Razer green on there. Putting that back on. Now looking at the mouse itself, you've got a plastic cover here on the back. So if I peel that off, looking at the back now, you can see the sensor which is there, just stating 16,000 DPI on there. And you've got smooth rubber here, obviously to help it slide along a desk. If we look now at both the sides of the mouse, we've actually got rubber on the sides. That gives it a nice grip and feel as you're holding it. The mouse itself is ambidextrous, as it says on the box. So if I look at it straight on, it's actually symmetrical on both sides. It doesn't curve in more on one side than the other. And if I hold it, my right hand, comfort levels are just as good as if you're left-handed using the mouse. So cool design to it, the fact that you're not limited to just a right-handed person using it, a left-handed person can use it just as well. Looking at the top here, obviously you've got the left and right click here and the scroll wheel. Button clicky wise, feels pretty good. And if I come in here at quite a low point, clicks quite easily as well. Obviously as you're playing, you'll have your hand over it like so. And obviously you've got buttons here too, and buttons here as well, just to show a slight gap around here. Next, I've got my sound level meter here, and we're going to measure the noise levels from the click as you click the buttons on the mouse. So if I go quiet for a moment, ambient levels are 39 decibels in the room. So if I now hold it fairly close and click the button, so around 56 decibels. So feels good, size wise it's nice as well, but personally I didn't really like the cable. Obviously if I do push it together and it feels loose inside there. That's the only negative point I can say about it, but other than that, it does feel nice and buttons feel nice as well. Let's make a start at setting up the mouse. So I'm now going to plug in the USB connector onto my computer. Let's give it a moment. and you see it light up just there. Now we're presented with this screen on the computer. So Razer Viper, congratulations, you now hold a competitive advantage. There is no turning back. Gain full control with up to 5 DPI stages configurable in 50 DPI resolution steps. Bring powerful macros to your favorite games with up to 8 programmable buttons. Synchronize across multiple devices to maximize your Chroma experience. Next to that, Razer Gaming software. Select the software to install. So Razer Synapse. So there is a website you can go to, which is this one. And if you go there, you can install it directly from there. But as it's appeared with the installation, let's just go through there. And it's saying optional modules for it. And we'll just go for the default that's there. Let's change the location. I want to put it on the D drive. Let's click install. And let's give it a moment to install the software. Now the software is installed. It says, congratulations, please sign in with your Razer ID or create a new Razer ID to get started. So the tick box for launch Razer Synapse is ticked. So let's click get started. Next, let me sign in with my Razer account. If you don't have one, I suggest you get one created and then sign in. I'm logging in now with my Razer account. And there you go, it's syncing profiles from the cloud. So my settings are already there for a Razer keyboard I previously did. So those details are coming across. Take a quick tour to check out the new and improved Razer Synapse. Let's just skip that. And there you go, you can see the devices that are connected to the computer. So if I maximize this, and let me quickly run through the options you have there. So if I click on the mouse, first of all, so coming over here, we can see it says standard. So with Razer Hypershift, you can assign an additional function to the same button or key without interfering with its default input. So there you go. You can have Hypershift options. So you can have additional options on top of the standard ones. Now coming and going over these existing ones, so you've got left click, you've got scroll click. So scroll click would be here. And I'm just pressing down on there. Mouse button 5. Mouse button 4, so they're the ones here at the side, 2 just there. Then you've got cycle up sensitivity stages, and coming up there, it's just here. That's nice, you can see the DPI levels changing on there. Okay, coming up here, right click, scroll up, scroll down, mouse button 5 and mouse button 4. So those buttons are repeated on either side. If I scroll down, you can see it says mouse use, so left-handed or right-handed. Now this is ambidextrous, so you could use it in either hand. So if you were left-handed, obviously you could use it in your other hand. Coming over here, if I click there, all buttons and customized. So you can see the ones you've customized. So if I show all buttons, it will show the different mouse buttons. And if I click on one, this is what you have available. So default, and then keyboard function. So key recording, alphanumeric function, numpad, navigation, modifiers, symbols. And then obviously you can run through what from the keyboard you want it to do. Next, if I go to mouse function, change that as well, enable turbo, so control how many times the bind will be pressed while this function is held down. Sensitivity here, sensitivity so you can increase the DPI on the mouse. Macro, so you can record your own macro. Inter-device, so inter-device, 2 or more Razer Synapse enabled devices are required for this feature. So I've only got this mouse connected at the moment. Switch profile, switch lighting, Razer Hypershift, launch program, multimedia. Just quickly scroll down this one, see what options you have available on there. Window shortcuts, text function, and disable. So you can disable it as well. So if it's no good to you, you don't want it to do anything. Coming back from there, so you've then got performance, the sensitivity, so the number of dots per inch, so the DPI, you can change these values. So when you click underneath and you flip between the different DPI values, you can have your customized ones. Polling rate, the frequency of data updates for the mouse, so 1000 on there. Mouse properties, open Windows, mouse properties. That's what that presents. Next, let's go to lighting. And if we come here, you can see brightness level. So you can turn the brightness off on there. So no lighting. If I turn it on again, let's give it a moment. And if we click on advanced effects, spectrum cycling, and there you go. You can see it hopefully changing color. Now, if I increase that brightness, that's the maximum one there. So this one says switch off lighting when display is turned off when idle for a certain number of minutes. So you can do that as well. Turn that back off again. Quick effects. Chroma Studio, if I click on there. So this is where you can customize it a little bit more. Click next. Next on there, and next again. Just giving you the different options available and how to customize it. There you go. So you can amend it to how you want, and obviously that's just for the logo that's positioned down there. Coming out of that one, and there you go. So that's all the options you have available for the mouse. So nicely customizable and very simple to change the actual button click functionality you get on there. Next, let me go through the different lighting effects you have available. So I've got my Razer keyboard and the mouse set up, so you can see in conjunction how it would look. So the first one in quick effects is audio meter. Now, if you've got multiple devices, if you say apply to other Chroma enabled devices, it will sync together. So for this one, if I hit that, it's syncing now. So you'll see nothing's appearing at the moment. Now, if I go to something that's gonna play some noise, there you go. So it'll work and light up when there's noise happening. Okay. Next one we have is breathing. If I click there you go, synced up. With this, you can have color 1 and color 2. So let's pick a secondary color. Let's pick blue for now and apply that. There you go, it just flips between the two, and you have a random color option as well. Next, you've got reactive and short, medium, long durations on there. So if I apply that, next, we've got spectrum cycling. Let's sync those. There you go, just cycle through the colors. And then finally, we've got static. So you can have a static color selected for both mouse and keyboard. There you go. So it looks pretty cool. It's probably nice to have both a Razer keyboard and mouse. So if you're going to be using these Chroma lighting effects, then you're making the most of it. Next, just to show the mouse in action, I'm just going to demonstrate it being used with Fortnite. So gaming wise, very nice and comfortable to play with, and accuracy wise, it does feel very good. I'm just going to do a smooth movement along here and then a quick flick around, just to show. And again, going through scroll wheel, you can quickly flip between weapons. There you go. This is just a quick test just to show it in action.
but general usability feels very nice and very comfortable, especially the actual position of holding it.
Okay, so you've seen the unboxing and setup of this mouse from Razer. So this is the Razer Viper. Excellent build quality to it, nice feel, and very flexible in terms of all the customizations available for it. Only thing I didn't like really was a super flex cable. I didn't like the fact that it could gather. But other than that, a really nice mouse, very comfortable to use. So I hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing this. Details are in the description below. Thanks for viewing, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.